The illusion versus the reality. Would you believe me if I told you that the low-key Tito wearing simple slippers and a faded t-shirt, drinking cheap coffee at a local sari-sari store in Tondo, might actually own 3 rental properties and a massive stock portfolio, while that flashy guy stepping out of a brand new SUV in BGC, wearing a designer polo and smelling like expensive perfume, is secretly losing sleep because he can barely afford his credit card interest? In the financial world, things are almost never what they look like on the outside. Welcome back to the Kuripot Club. Today, my friend, we are going to talk about a golden rule. Wealthy people understand this perfectly, but they almost never talk about it out loud. That rule is simple. Don't tell anyone when you are building wealth. In our culture, there is a massive social trap. We love to pussycat. We love to show off. The moment we make a little bit of money, we feel this intense pressure. Pressure to prove to everyone that we have finally made it. But real financial freedom isn't built on loud announcements. It is not built on Instagram stories. It is built in absolute silence. Today, let's look at 5 silent mindsets of the secretly wealthy Filipinos, and why keeping your head down is the fastest way to change your life. If you look around, the loudest people in the room are usually swimming in debt. The quietest ones? They are busy buying back their freedom. Let's dive into the story of 2 childhood friends from Manila, Marco and Carlo. Their stories will show you exactly what I mean. Listen closely to how their choices changed everything. The tale of 2 cousins, Marco vs. Carlo. Marco and Carlo both landed great jobs at a call center in Makati. Same starting salary, 30,000 a month. For 2 young guys, that felt like a lot of money. But the moment that first paycheck hit their accounts, they took 2 completely different paths. One chose the loud life. The other chose the silent grind. Marco's way. The loud life. Marco wanted everyone to know he was earning well. He immediately bought a brand new iPhone on a 24-month installment plan. He upgraded his entire office wardrobe. Every Friday night, Marco was the life of the party. He would treat his barkada to drinks. He would order expensive food via Grab. And he posted everything with captions like "blessed" or "hustle hard, play harder." When his relatives in the province called, Marco proudly made promises. He promised to buy a massive balikbayan box of gifts for the upcoming fiesta. He felt like a king. Everyone praised him. But behind the screen, Marco's bank account was a war zone. 1 week before payday, he would be surviving on instant noodles. He was completely stressed out, just waiting for the clock to strike midnight on the 15th and 30th. Carlo's way. The silent grind now. Let's look at Carlo. Carlo didn't change a single thing in his life. He kept using his old, cracked Android phone. He still took the crowded MRT and jeepney to work every day. When the barkada invited him out to expensive cafes, Carlo would smile. He would simply say, "Pass muna, guys," saving up for something. Some of his friends even teased him. They called him Kuripot or KJ. But Carlo just laughed it off. What his friends didn't know was this: Carlo was secretly moving 10,000 of his salary every single month. He sent it directly into a high-yield digital bank account and Pag-IBIG MP2. He told absolutely no one. Not his co-workers, not his friends, not even his family. To the outside world, Marco was the successful one, while Carlo looked like he was still struggling. But the numbers in their accounts told a very different story. The turning point: 3 years passed. Suddenly, the company faced an unexpected restructuring. Both Marco and Carlo were laid off with a 1-month severance pay. Marco completely panicked. His world collapsed. With massive credit card bills and 0 savings, he had no choice. He had to beg relatives for loans, facing absolute humiliation. Carlo? He was completely calm. He had 350,000 quietly, sitting in his reserves. That money bought him peace of mind. He took his time, upskilled, and found an even better job later. The 5 mindsets of silent wealth. Mindset true wealth disappears. The first mindset of the secretly wealthy is this: true wealth is invisible. In our society, we confuse spending money with having money. When you see someone driving a Kur 2 million car, the only thing you know for sure is that they have Kur 2 million less than before. Or worse, they owe the bank a massive amount. Secretly wealthy Filipinos don't buy things to show off. They don't care about the applause of other people. They buy things that make them money. They buy assets. They buy their own time back. When you have money, you don't need to prove it. The need to show off comes from insecurity, not wealth. 6. True wealth is quiet. It doesn't need a loud exhaust pipe or a designer logo. Mindset 2. Silence protects you from social pressure. Mindset 2 is a survival mechanism in the Philippines. Silence is your shield. Let's be completely honest, my friend. In our culture, the moment people know you have money, expectations change completely. Suddenly, you become the designated ninong or ninang for every christening. You are expected to pay the biggest share during family dinners. Relatives you haven't spoken to in 5 years suddenly message you out of nowhere. They ask for a short-term loan because of a sudden emergency. It's called utang na loob and family obligation. It's a beautiful part of our culture, yes. But if you don't manage it, it will drag you down into poverty alongside them. When you keep your financial progress a secret, you aren't being selfish. You are simply protecting your seed so it can grow into a tree. Once it's a massive tree, you can happily share the fruits. But don't let people eat the seed before it even sprouts. Mindset 3. Action over announcement. Mindset 3. Stop announcing your goals to the world. Psychologists have proven a strange phenomenon about our brains. When you tell someone your big financial goals, like I'm going to save my first 100k pesos this year, and they congratulate you, your brain gets a premature hit of satisfaction. Your brain mistakes the announcement for the achievement. It feels like you've already won, so your actual motivation drops drastically. You become lazy because you already got the praise. The members of the Kuripot Club don't post their budget trackers on Facebook. They don't need validation from internet strangers. They just build their wealth in the dark and let the results make the noise. Mindset 4. The power of staying low-key. Mindset is about keeping your expenses low while your options grow high. When you look and live like an average person, you gain an incredible superpower. That superpower is anonymity. No one is trying to scam you. No business is trying to overcharge you. No one is looking at you with envy or jealousy. You can comfortably walk into a local palenque or sari-sari store and live a peaceful life. Staying low-key allows you to focus 100% on your execution. You don't waste energy managing an expensive, fake reputation. Let them underestimate you. That is your biggest advantage. Mindset 5. Money buys time, not ego. The final mindset is the ultimate realization of every true Kuripot member. Every peso you save today is not just a piece of metal or paper. It is a piece of your future time that you just bought back. A saved 50 means you just bought yourself a stress-free commute. A saved 10,000 means you bought yourself a week of freedom from a toxic boss. A saved 100,000 means you bought yourself months of absolute security. When you understand that money equals time and freedom, you will never waste it on temporary luxury items. You won't try to impress people you don't even like. You will value your freedom way more than your ego. The homework and wrap-up summary of the silent grind. So, my friend, let's bring it all together. Building wealth silently is a mental game. It requires you to be completely okay with being underestimated. It requires you to smile when people think you're just an ordinary worker, while knowing deep inside, your digital banking apps are quietly compounding every single day. True financial kings and queens don't wear crowns in public. They just build empires in private. Your friend homework for this week, here is your small homework for this week. It's a challenge of silence. For the next 7 days, I want you to try a financial social media fast. Do not post any purchases. Do not talk about your career plans. And do not tell anyone about your savings goals. If someone asks how you're doing financially, just smile. Simply say, Mabuti naman, sapat lang. I'm doing good, just surviving. Keep it simple. Experience what it feels like to keep your power completely to yourself. Drop a comment below. Which of these 5 mindsets resonated with you the most? Are you currently a Marco or a Carlo? No judgment here. This is our club. In our next video, we are going to look at the single most powerful weapon you can have in the Philippines. Your first 50,000 emergency fund. I'll show you why this specific number completely changes the chemistry of your brain. Take care of yourself. Take care of your pesos. See you in the next video. Welcome to the Kuripot Club.